I'm Tiffany. I had slides prepared, but I'm actually not going to talk about them at all, if that's okay. I have a quick poll for you. Was anyone here raised in a Catholic household? Anyone? That's a lot of people. I too was raised Catholic, and I've had a complicated relationship with it, to say the least. But before I explain why, I want to talk to you about my father. So my dad, his name is Nam, N-A-M. He is the coolest person I know. He was born in 1965 in Vietnam, in the middle of the war. And he lost his parents, both of them, at a very young age. And he grew up as an orphan. And so to support his siblings, he became a fisherman. And that's when he was kind of thrust into this complicated position. As people were escaping Vietnam, he found himself guiding them through marshes in the jungle late at night onto his boat. And he was the person who captained the boat and delivered these people to Malaysia, to the Philippines, and he had to throw bodies off the boat, basically, because no one else wanted to do it. Everyone else was so scared. And he would tell me these stories when I was growing up. And I would think, this is so fucking cool. Like, who does this? And he would say it with a smile on his face. There was no sadness, no hardship, just, can you believe that I did that? Like, aren't I so cool? I'm like, you're so cool. The coolest person I know. And he really attributed a lot of the difficult things that he was able to do to his Catholic faith. And as I grew older, as I became a teenager, my religious faith was really being questioned. I had a lot of big questions about my existence, about my purpose, what it meant to be alive in this body. And I tried to lean on my dad to answer some of those questions. But English being his second language, he would just say things like, have more faith, you need to pray more. And I was like, what the fuck do you mean? What? Like, I'm so lost here. So when I was like 16 or 17, I was thrown into a lot of spiritual confusion. And I was so desperate to find meaning. And in 11th grade history, we learned about this great philosopher. His name was Friedrich Nietzsche. And he taught me about existentialism. And I ate that shit up. I was like, yeah, nothing matters. Give me more, give me more. Obviously, that wasn't very healthy to live by. So I became agnostic. I don't know what's really out there. I'm going to keep an open mind. I don't know about this Catholic thing, but let me just put that aside for now. And then a few years passed. I moved away from California. I grew apart from my father physically, spiritually. And I met my partner, Eric. And shout out Eric. He's a yogi, and he brought me into this whole world of yoga and meditation. And I was starting to really piece the puzzle pieces together of what it meant to be alive. What my purpose was, to serve others, is to be in community. It's that I'm part of something much bigger than just myself. That we're all interconnected, and sometimes I don't need a direct answer on what that feels like. You just have to live it. And through meditation, I was beginning to finally sit with my father, the image of him, the idea of him. And I was able to forgive him for not being able to explain to me all these spiritual concepts in perfect English. I also don't know Vietnamese, so there we go. And I was able to forgive myself for not taking the time to understand him, to meeting him halfway, to learn the language so that he can explain in his native tongue what it meant to have faith all the time, to be able to do difficult things. So in conclusion, meditation has transformed my life in so many beautiful ways, and I'm going to Vietnam with my father in a few weeks. Thank you. And I imagine this like spiritual moment where I just finally understand him, but if not, I can understand him through meditation, and that's enough for me. Yeah, I love you all. I love my dad. I love him so much. I'm going to show him this recording, so yeah. Thank you all. Thank you.